442 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 18th episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thanks so much for joining me. In last week's episode, the comment section was flowing. People posting their scores, recommending new categories, telling me I don't know how to rhyme in rhyme time, saying they loved rhyme time. I love it all. I read every single comment, and I want to let you know I'll continue to do my best to get to all the categories you guys are recommending. Now, with that said, a lot of you are recommending categories that we've already played through. We've played through 85 categories over the last 3 months. So how about we show you all 85 that we've played through, so you know if we've played your category yet or not. There they are on your screen. If you want to play one, just go to the playlist, find that episode, and play through that category. Now, we'll get to a point where we have to reuse categories, but we're not there yet. A lot of you are recommending great new ideas, and we are utilizing one of them today. I love it. If you hated rhyme time, buckle up, Buttercup, because the 5th category today is a good one. Here are the rules on your screen. If you've never played, if you want to cheat, don't. Just kidding. Go right ahead. I won't tell anyone because I won't know you're doing so. In last week's episode, the Final Jeopardy category was the beloved Lion King. It returns to kick things off as we check out the categories in this episode 18. So it's not just the Lion King, but Lion King firsts. It's followed by something dear to my heart, Captain Jack. 5 clues about one Mr. Jack Sparrow. 3rd category, your face sounds familiar. 4th category, in honor of the Belmont yesterday, it's Disney horses. And the 5th and final category, get ready for it, before and after. Yep, shout out to the YouTube user I'm a Crazy Critter, nice YouTube name, who came up with this idea. This is how it's going to work. Each correct answer essentially has 2 answers that need to be combined into one. So the example they gave was if I were to say, what was the name of the Rescuers sequel, and combine that with the song Sebastian sings in The Little Mermaid, correct answer would be Rescuers Down Under the Sea. Ooh, don't sigh. No, don't be upset. Don't be upset about it. It's the 18th episode, all right? We got to spice things up here. I love stuff like this. I tried not to make it too difficult. Speaking of not too difficult, it is time for the 200-point round, the cupcake round. 5 clues coming your way. It should be the 5 easiest of the game, but I won't judge you if you get them wrong, because again, I won't know you're doing so since this is a video. With that, let's check out the board and kick things off. It's Lion King firsts for 200. The first song heard in the film. That would be The Circle of Life. What is The Circle of Life? Here's Captain Jack for 2. The name of his beloved ship. So if you want to be specific, there are actually 2 correct answers here. What is the Black Pearl? That works. Or what is the Wicked Wench? That works as well. The Wicked Wench is actually the Black Pearl before it sank.
I see my ship right there.
Can't spot it. Must be a tiny little thing hiding somewhere behind the pearl.
Moving on, here comes Your Face Sounds Familiar for 200. She's the voice of Ariel in 1989's Little Mermaid. That, of course, is the lovely Jodie Benson.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see 'em dancing.
We're off to the stable. Here's Horses for 200. He runs like the wind, despite being very tiny in stature. Who is Bullseye?
I have to ride off into the sunset. Oh! Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
And here's your first clue for before and after. Aurora hangs out with Belle in this mashup. What is Sleeping Beauty and the Beast? Ah, you see that? If you got that one wrong, again, I won't judge because I won't know you got it wrong. But now hopefully you get the idea of how this is going to work. Sleeping Beauty and the Beast. So that's going to do it for the cupcake round. We move on to the slightly more difficult, at least in my eyes, 400-point round. Let's check it out. It, of course, starts with Lion King. The first line of Can You Feel the Love Tonight, sung by Timon. That would be, what is I Can See What's Happening?
I can see what's happening.
What?
And they don't have a clue.
Who?
On to Captain Jack for 200. Captain Jack is always curious as to why this particular liquor always seems to be gone. What is rum?
You burned all the food, the shade, the rum.
Yes, the rum is gone.
Why is the rum gone?
On to You Sound Familiar. This man voiced Chief Bogo in my favorite Disney film, Zootopia. Who is Idris Elba?
I love putting on silly voices, and with Bogo, I didn't have to put on a silly voice, but I had to really give him some, some depth, and didn't look anything like me, but that's good.
Here's horses for 4. Maurice and Belle's trusty steed. Who is Philippe?
Philippe, what are you doing here? Where's Papa? Where is he, Philippe?
And we're back to before and after for 400. I'm rooting for you. Elsa and Hercules. Okay, come on, guys. You got this. Elsa and Hercules team up for this combo of chart-topping Disney hits. You can do it. The correct answer, what is Let It Go the Distance?
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it
Go the distance, I will face the world, fearless, proud, and strong.
Moving on now, here's the 600-point round. We're almost halfway already. The first voice actor you hear playing Simba. Now, I love Matthew Broderick, but he played adult Simba. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is the first voice you hear playing Simba because, he played young Simba since he was a kid at the time.
Simba is, soon to be king. He's the prince of Pride Rock.
Moving on, it's Captain Jack for 6. In The Curse of the Black Pearl, Jack gets slapped by 3 different women. First by Scarlet and Giselle back to back, then later by Anna Maria, who is played by this famous actress. Who is Zoe Saldana?
Anna Maria.
I suppose you didn't deserve that one either.
No, that one I deserve.
You stole my boat.
Actually. Borrowed.
Here's You Sound Familiar. You might recognize her from The Office, but she provided the voice for Disgust in Inside Out. Who is Mindy Kaling?
When I'm through, Riley will look so good that the other kids will look at their own outfits and barf. All right. When I'm through, Riley will look so good, the other kids will look at their own outfits and barf.
Back to horses for 6 as we pass the halfway point. A Triple Crown and record-breaking victory at the Belmont Stakes in 1973, 50 years ago, were 2 accomplishments that led to this 2010 biographical Disney film. No, it's not Seabiscuit. The correct answer is, what is Secretariat?
You about to see something that you ain't never never seen before.
Here's before and after for 6. Combine the marquee songs of the Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella soundtracks. All right, this one was fun to come up with. Don't hate me if you didn't get it. Please don't throw any tomatoes or anything. Good thing this thing isn't in front of a live audience. The correct answer is, what is "Once Upon a Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes"?
I know you, I walked with you once upon a
dream is a wish your heart makes.
I had fun. This was fun for me, all right? This was fun to come up with. I don't know. I have no idea if you guys are liking this or not. We move on to the 800-point round. Things are going to get tougher. It starts with The Lion King. The first animal seen in the film's opening sequence. What is a rhino? Here's Captain Jack's fourth clue. After succumbing to the deadly Kraken, Captain Jack is sent here before he's rescued by members of his former crew and even Barbossa. The correct answer, what is Davy Jones' locker?
I expect you're able to account for your actions then.
Sir?
There has been a perpetual and virulent lack of discipline upon my vessel. Why? Why is that, sir?
Sir, you're in Davy Jones' locker, Captain.
I know that. I know where I am. Don't think I don't.
Here comes the fourth clue for You Sound Familiar. You may recognize her from Seinfeld or even the MCU nowadays, but did you know she provided the voice for Princess Ada in A Bug's Life? Who is Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
I realize now that, you know how some people have animals, you know, they look like certain animals?
Right.
I am definitely an ant.
We're back to horses for 800. Old Gunpowder was a horse featured in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Disney took the story and animated it for this 1949 film. What are the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad? Here comes before and after for 800. Fairy Godmother's magical phrase and a Magic Kingdom parade. Put them together and what have you got? The correct answer is, what is bippity boppity boo to you?
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi.
All right, that's it for 20 clues. That means one dramatic round still remains, plus Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, let me remind you that in 2 weeks, the highly anticipated 20th episode will feature double Jeopardy, so make time in your schedule because that is going to be a long episode, which means I should start probably writing clues now. 51 clues will be featured in that episode across 11 categories if you count. Final Jeopardy has its own category, so please keep those categories coming. I could use your help in the comment section. But horse blinders on. Episode 18 ain't done yet. We still got the dramatic 1,000-point round that starts right now. All right, remember, how you do in this round could dictate how nice you are to your coworkers this week. So if you don't know an answer, you don't have to answer. That's the beauty of Jeopardy. Don't risk all your points unless you want to be like James and go all in. That's what I would do. It's just for fun, right? Let's kick things off in the dramatic 1,000-point round with Lion King firsts. This was the first animated film to top The Lion King at the box office. Alright, so this is an interesting answer. The Lion King reigned supreme at the box office as the highest grossing animated film of all time when it came out in 1994. That record held for nearly 10 years when it was topped by, what is Finding Nemo. Now, The Lion King would eventually pass Finding Nemo when it was re-released later on in its lifespan. But yes, Finding Nemo was the first animated film to actually surpass the numbers that The Lion King achieved at the box office back in '94.
Come on, you got it, that's it. Just a little further. You can do it.
That's the shortest red line I've ever seen.
Come on, Peach. Now what?
Here's Captain Jack for 1,000. In his earlier days, Captain Jack worked alongside future enemy Cutler Beckett for this business. What is the East India Trading Company?
Had a brush with the East India Trading Company, did we?
But you and I are no strangers to betrayal, are we? It's not here, Jack.
Here's the final clue for your face sounds familiar. This gentleman lends his voice to all 4 Toy Story films as Rex, the toy dinosaur, but he also can be heard in The Incredibles as Bob's boss in the first movie. Who is Wallace Shawn?
What if Andy gets another dinosaur? A mean one. I'll get replaced. I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection.
Back to horses for 1,000. Home to more than 90 horses, this stable in Walt Disney World can be visited by heading to the back of Fort Wilderness. What is the Tri-Circle D Ranch? And the final clue on the board for 1,000, here's before and after. The villain song from a 2010 Disney animated film and the name of a theme song to a Disney Channel show that ran from 2006 to 2011. What is Mother Knows Best of Both Worlds?
Skip the drama, stay with Mama. Mother knows best.
25 clues down. Before and after is down and out until it returns because I loved it so much. And so will rhyme time eventually, so work on those rhyming skills. I'll work on mine. But now it is time for the most important part of the game, Final Jeopardy. Let's see what the category is to determine how much you're going to wager. Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil, yes! It's all about the baddie from 101 Dalmatians. How much do you know about Miss Cruella de Vil? Make those wagers. All right, time is up. She's got the fur coat, she's got the cool hair, she's got a bunch of messed up thoughts about dogs and puppies, so I hate that about her. Let's see how much you know about her. Here's your clue. Following the success of her character in 101 Dalmatians, Cruella was considered to be utilized once again as the villain for this Disney film. The idea was scrapped, and a different female villain was born. Good luck. Time is up. See how you The correct answer is, what is? The Rescuers. Yes, Cruella de Vil was considered to be the main antagonist in 1977's The Rescuers, which came out just 16 years after 101 Dalmatians. In the early stages of the film, Disney thought about making Cruella obsessed with alligators instead of puppies, but eventually they decided to just create Madame Medusa instead, who you'll notice has a lot of similar characteristics, and she actually does have 2 pet gators. Bet a lot of you probably haven't even seen The Rescuers. Check it out. Let me know what you think of Madame Medusa. She's no Cruella, but she's kind of cool, kind of unique. That's going to do it for episode 18 of Disney 100 Jeopardy. I hope you had fun. Episode 19 comes next Sunday. Inside 300, where I catch you up on Disney news, comes this upcoming Wednesday. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. Thanks for watching, and as always,
Bye-bye.